my name is Frank Poulsen. I'm a filmmaker from Denmark.
Yes, I think you called here.
The thing is that I would like to come to visit you in Nokia headquarters and make an interview about your corporate responsibility. So maybe you can refer me to some or transfer me to some spokesperson in.
Unfortunately, no, I can't do that.
My first phone was a Nokia, and I've used Nokia ever since. At one point I had a Sony Ericsson, but I couldn't get used to it, so I changed it back to a Nokia.
Can I ask you just one? The question is, I've heard that minerals used in mobile phones is coming from the Eastern Congo.
I'm not familiar with what you're describing, so I need to do a little bit of research before I can give any answer on camera.
Sorry.
No interviews.
No interviews?
No interviews.
Why not?
Press conference happening at 10:30.
10:30?
It's invite only, I'm afraid.
Can it really be true that our phones contain minerals that are financing war in the Congo? And if the world has known about this for a long time, hasn't anybody done anything about it? Or is the Congo just too far away? I can't live with the fact that my phone might be financing war. I can't just keep on using my phone to send loving SMSs to my wife or talk to my daughters if it has cost life in the Congo. If there's blood in my mobile. My phone company are renowned for their social responsibility. They will know whether there are blood minerals in my phone or not.
Hello, we need to visit Nokia.
Okay, who's your Nokia host?
We have no host.
You haven't been registered?
No.
Okay, in that case I need to register you.
Yes.
Can I get a business card or?
Yeah.
Discuss that with our comms person because they know better the.
What topic are you interested in?
I'm interested in this because I heard that minerals used in mobile phones is coming from the Eastern Congo and has been financing the war there.
Okay.
And that this is a big problem for the mobile industry as such.
Well, I can take you to that area, and the girls over there can sort you out, so you'll be able to speak with someone.
Okay.
I'll call my colleague there and tell her that you're on your way.
Okay.
Sorry, we don't have anybody who can give comment on that here available today.
Okay.
But I'm happy to take your contact details and we'll make sure that we'll get back to you on a topic you're interested in.
Sorry if I...
It's better if we book the time separately for this.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks.
bye-bye. Yes, hello, my name is Frank Poulsen. I would like to speak to somebody from communications.
Hold the line, please. So, there's no one who can help you at the moment.
Okay, but who is it that I should speak to?
I'm actually at the moment in a meeting. I don't have any contact person. We have just this one phone number here. I don't know exactly where the best person for you to speak to, where that person would be located. So, it's possible that that person could be located somewhere else, or...
Oscar Sörgren, Nokia. I can't take your call right now, but if you please leave a message or in urgent matters, please send SMS. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
Why is it they won't talk to me? Is it because they are using blood minerals? If that is true, it hardly matches their description of themselves as a human corporation. If there are blood minerals in my phone, it paints a completely new picture of Nokia. Maybe Nokia aren't as socially responsible as I thought they were. I'm on my way to the Congo. I want to see where these minerals are coming from and to see with my own eyes if they are financing war. Congo was made a private slave colony 100 years ago by the Belgian King Leopold II. He became one of the richest men in the world by selling rubber from the Congo to Western companies. It was the beginning of the industrialization, and the booming car industry was completely dependent on rubber from the Congo. Today, the Congo is one of the poorest countries in the world, even though the country is so rich on natural resources. During the last 15 years, more than 5 million people have died in the eastern Congo, in a war between several armed groups. And it is estimated that not less than 300,000 women have been raped. How do I find my way into the mining business in a place like this? I managed to arrange a meeting with Mr. Kambe, who is a high-ranking official in the Congolese Ministry of Mining. Hopefully he can send me in the right direction.
It will be best to have my image tomorrow, not this night. This night I'm not working.
No, you're not working.
I take my beer.
Yes, you're taking beer.
Tala, pangusawa no ki. Bonjour, monsieur le chef de département. Oui, oui. Ok, c'est bien. Pascal. Bonjour. Oh, Makungu. Bonjour à tous. Here we have a sample of cassiterite come from Kivu. Here we have a stamp of coltan come from Kivu. Is used in electronic mobile phone, for instance.
Kambe says I have to go to the Kivu provinces to look for blood minerals. He tells me that he also owns a private company. He's not only working for the ministry, he gets paid by foreign mining corporations for helping them obtain mining licenses from his own ministry.
But don't you think there's isn't there a conflict of interest being both working for the ministry and for the private sector? I mean, you're sitting on both sides of the table.
It's good because I have two experience. I can use my experience, private experience here, and I can use my experience here for my private society.
But I mean, in my country, in Denmark, it would be illegal to be working as a civil servant in a ministry of mining and then be a private miner as well.
I haven't a decision.
Who has?
I don't know. Not political. I'm not a politician. I'm scientific and a businessman, not a politician.
Merci.
The only safe way to fly in the Congo is with the UN peacekeeping forces. I'm on my way to Goma in North Kivu. I don't know if the Kivus is the right place to go, but I don't have any other leads. this seems like the right place to look for blood minerals. There is no other place in the world where the UN has so many peacekeeping troops. Their mission is to protect the civilians against the violence of the armed groups, but the blue helmets, as they are called, rarely go far from the major towns, and they always stick to the main road. The UN must know who is making money on the minerals here. I go to the UN headquarters. I'm meeting Major Raman, who is in charge of the area called Walikali. I need to know the exact whereabouts of the mines and if the minerals produced there are financing armed groups.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, gentlemen, this enlargement placed opposite you depicts the area of Walikali territory. This is a very important area as far as the mining and the natural resources are concerned. There are two important localities in this area of responsibility. One is BCA and another is Quilambo. Cassiterite and bauxite, these are the two minerals which are being excavated. BCA, approximately 15 to 20,000 people are employed in the profession of carrying the minerals and mining as well. And minerals which are excavated in this area are brought to the roadheads of Jingala, Osokari and Mubi. For a man with load, it takes 2 days to reach either of the roadhead.
Armed groups in this area, would you talk about that?
No, I cannot speak though. Frank,
okay.
Will you excuse me please? I'll speak only the facts which are there with me.
Okay, so you won't talk about
Yeah, I'll be speaking about the Quilambo and the construction of this airstrip.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the BCI already told you these are the two minerals which are being excavated in this area.
Okay. Yeah. But you can't say that it's financing the...
You see, I've listed out the government agencies which are there.
But you can't say that it's financing?
No.
Okay, it's all right.
Yeah, Frank. Yeah. Anything particular?
I think we're there.
Yeah.
Actually.
Just have something.
Yeah, okay.
Just sip it down.
Why won't Major Raman tell me that the armed groups are financed by mining when it has been stated in several reports from the UN Security Council? What is he afraid of? I get the feeling that even the UN is threatened here. Of the hundreds of mines spread out on this territory, the mine in BC is apparently the biggest. And it has earned a bloody history in recent years. I want to go there and see the mine with my own eyes. The question is if I can get the UN to fly me out there. For that, I need to talk to Sylvie from the press office.
You know, you fly over and for hours, it's like a broccoli crop, you know. Yeah. It's just like trees, you don't see anything, and every once in a while you see a little bit of those broccoli fields destroyed, and it's a mine.
Even though the UN is very carefully about commenting on what goes on, they don't seem to have a problem flying me to Walikali.
I don't think Chama will take the film.
Okay.
We are going to be here in Walikali.
Yes.
Where they kill people.
Yeah.
Pay attention, anything can happen.
Yeah, sure.
These people are uncontrolled. So, yes, sure. So anything can happen, man. And you will be deep in the forest, 90 kilometers in the forest. It's not a joke. So be careful, be careful.
Zameto kabi journée oyo na maboko na yo, ete journée oyo kimia ya likolo, ekitila moko na moko na katila bomo na biso.
It'll take a couple of days for the UN to do the paperwork necessary for me to get on a helicopter to Walikali.
I'm the big evangelist.
How do I get the information the UN won't give me? I find the bar in Goma where the white people go. I want to know what the connection is between the mining and the armed groups. I'm told that it can be dangerous to ask too many questions here. But I find some guys who are working for MPC, Mining Processing Company, and I decide to get drunk with them. The next morning I wake up in the house of one of them. Barneman doesn't want to be interviewed, but last night he told me that the company he works for actually owns the mining license for the mine in Walikali, where I want to go. He says that none of his colleagues want to be interviewed either. But that afternoon he takes me to their office anyway.
Yes.
Okay, my finger, Goma, that's where we are. Okay? And the blue patches, they are the original Sakima. In other words, they are what they call exploitation permits of the main tin, tungsten concessions. And these are a spillover from the Belgium colonial days when they were mining.
Where can you tell about these different kind of armed groups that are in this area?
Well, it's actually quite dynamic because we've done some exploration recently here, and the geologists moved in here, and then suddenly they came out of the bush, and the main road from there all the way to Lubuntu, 30 kilometers of that road now was controlled by the Simba, and they were taking $30 tax for you to pass through. So, and then there'll obviously be the 85th Brigade will have blocks somewhere along this road. You'll also have General Nkunda's crowd somewhere around here. You'll have the Interahamwe in the mountains there. They will be taking taxes off of you. So it's very dynamic. They set up in a place, they maintain it for a while, then they'll close off and move somewhere else. So from Goma to Basia mine is where my finger is. We're looking at about 140, 170 kilometers by plane. And Walikali, where you were actually, Walikali, there is actual Walikali itself, which is about 130 kilometers by plane straight.
And where's BCA?
And BCA is up there.
And do you consider it dangerous to go to BCA? I mean, also for me as a filmmaker to go there and make a film.
It depends on the people, how drunk they are, how much money they want.
The people from MPC have waited more than 2 years to get access to BCA, while different armed groups have been in control of the mine. Right now, BCA is controlled by a unit of the Congolese army, FARDC. According to the people from MPC, the National Army is acting in the same way as the armed groups.
Colonel Sammy is a prick.
Listen, I can still hear you, huh? Come again. What were you saying?
No, we were just mentioning, who do you believe in this country, huh?
Yeah. So tell me, who should I believe?
Us. Of course.
What are you saying? Who should I believe?
Us.
Why?
Yes. Well, we personally haven't really got much to gain from it apart from our salaries. We're employed.
Yeah.
That's it.
Bernard, whom I met at the UN press office, calls me. A massacre has occurred in the mine in Basia in Walikali. Bernard works for the UN press office, but he's not allowed to give statements on behalf of the UN. We agree that I can come to his house and he will talk to me as a private person.
S'il vous plaît, chef. Vous êtes de la presse ou comment?
Si, oui.
Quelle presse?
La presse est française, on a tous les voitures.
Come again.
Monsieur, s'il vous plaît, c'est pas bon. Hey, chauffeur, arrêtez votre moteur. Chauffeur, arrêtez mon moteur là yo. Chauffeur, arrêtez votre moteur, vous allez arrêter de tester. Voilà un soda. Arrêtez mon moteur là yo. Je veux savoir, il y a un moulin là, on va après savoir. Il y a un bon moto là. Arrêtez mon moteur là yo.
La personne autorisation là.
Arrêtez mon moteur là yo, non chauffeur.
Moteur les a un problème. Est-ce que moteur a un problème? Autorisation ezali. Autorisation yango wana ezali.
C'est quoi là?
It seems that a group of Mai Mai coming from 40 kilometers away came to loot, came to loot the diggers, the people who were digging in the forest. Digging for whom? We don't have any idea. And is it true that it is the Mai, or is it the FDLR who came back to try to take back their, what they consider their goods? The coltan, the cassette rights, everything that they are taking from BCA. From BCA, you know. Who is selling it, you know? It was under control of FDLR. Can you imagine? And then it's the Congolese. The Congolese businessmen. It's the Congolese businessmen who used to come and buy and then bring it to Goma. Goma to Rwanda or Uganda, Uganda to Europe. To do what? Mobile phone computers. So you understand? And after that, from the money, they buy guns. Of course, they buy guns to continue war.